How to educate society about autism? Educational planning for students with autism often addresses a wide range of skill development, including academics, communication and language, social skills, self-help skills, behavioral issues, self-advocacy and layer-related skills. It's important to consult with professionals trained specifically in autism to help a child benefit from his/her school program. Autism education or sensitivity training can occur in a generalized manner in which students learn about acceptance and sensitivity not related to a particular student at school. It can also be much more specific to the needs of that student and his or her family. It is important that the student receive an appropriate education and benefit from it. Students with disabilities have a right to related services to help them learn and receive the maximum benefit from their educational programs. Related services, according to IDEIA, consist of transportation and such developmental, corrective, and other supportive services as are required to assist a child with a disability to benefit from special education. These services are to be determined on an individualized basis, not by the disability or category of the disability. Every child has a right to a public education. This includes children with autism and other disabilities. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act (IDEA) is the federal law that guarantees a free and appropriate public education in the least restrictive environment for every student with a disability. The law's 2004 reauthorization further defined children's rights to educational services and strengthened the role of parents, care providers in their children's educational planning process. This means that the education for students enrolled in public school should come at no cost and should be appropriate for their age, ability, and developmental level. Some children need help understanding social situations and developing appropriate responses. Others exhibit aggressive or self-injurious behavior and need assistance managing their behaviors. No one program will meet the needs of all individuals with a disability or disorders. So it is important to find the program or programs that best fit your child's needs. Just like treatment approaches, educational programs should be tailored to the child's individual needs, flexible and re-evaluated on a regular basis. We can help children with autism to extend their vocabulary and understanding of the jobs. Help them to get informed about the roles of people and when they can be called for help. Furthermore, we can help children to be prepared for having interactions with the people they need to talk to at a certain point. This can greatly reduce their anxiety and positively impact their autonomy and independent living skills when growing up. Learning about community helpers is also important as a prompt to obey the rules and respect authority in society. For example, by knowing a police officer and their role, children will be prompted to respect the traffic rules and stay safe when commuting in the city. Or if they know about the recycling workers, it is easier for them to follow the recycling steps at home and at school. Teaching autistic students requires a special skill set, whether you are a teacher or a homeschooling parent. When you equip yourself with some autistic teaching strategies, it can help you and your autistic student to feel more comfortable and successful in the educational environment. As the rate of autism in the United States steadily increases, the number of students needing specialized teaching strategies does too. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 44 children in the US has a diagnosis of autism. This number has nearly tripled since 2000, when 1 in 150 children was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. All racial and socioeconomic groups are impacted by autism, and diagnostic rates continue to rise each year, whether you work as a therapist or educator or are a parent to an autistic child. Understanding the specific educational needs of an autistic student can make the educational experience more successful and enjoyable for everyone involved. Some children may know that they have autism but may not want to share their diagnosis with their classmates. Again, these are individual decisions. The other consideration to discuss in advance is if the student with autism will be present during the sensitivity training. Some families want their children to be active participants in the training process, and others might prefer that it's done when the student is out of the classroom. Many schools have found it helpful to have a parent, caregiver, or school representative who knows the student well introduce the student at the beginning of the school year or during a new inclusion opportunity. If the family or team feels that protecting the student's privacy is important, the student may not even be mentioned by name, and journal sensitivity and acceptance may be all that is addressed. Out of respect for the student, a more specific introduction can also be done when he or she is not in the room. It is important to present the student as a person with unique abilities and similarities. A family sibling, pets, love of music, favorite foods, video games, movies, etc. While also sharing some of the challenges and differences the students might notice or need to be aware of, such as sensory needs. Some expert staff highlights the different teaching methods autistic children need. Pupils with autism require bespoke multidisciplinary packages, which include therapeutic support to help them to engage with learning. They need predictable environments with structure and high levels of routine, along with packages of social learning and interaction. Experts highlighted the importance of specialist teaching. The curriculum needs to be compensatory, developed with an understanding of the triad of impairment, sensory processing issues, and psychological theories to make it meaningful. Many pupils are highly visual learners and require instruction to be given in this manner. Knowledge is important for all parents, not just because it increases their own understanding, but also because it helps them to better understand their child's reactions. Additionally, it can serve as an early warning for children without any diagnosis that there may be a problem in their development. If you do not know what signs to look for, you won't know whether to be concerned or not, and the sooner you find out, the better, because of the benefits of early intervention programs. There are many good sources showing expected milestones and behaviors in development. One such site is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Thank you for watching the video.